One of the most notable and iconic American musicians to ever have graced the earth has been put on ignore by the Biden administration. The man known for his work in advocating for Martin Luther King Day is the first national holiday to represent Black America. You don't only know who this man is when you see him, but he can be recognized by the majority of the world when he sings a song. Because not only has his civil rights and political attributes helped to shape America and make America a greater land to live in for everyone, but his voice has traveled across the world and transformed hearts with the soulful songs of love and peace and timelessness of songs of inspiration that when you hear his voice, that thing in your head goes off. Stevie, that's Stevie, Ebony and Ivory, Superstitious, Happy Birthday. Yeah, Stevie was such a phenomenon, such a wonderful talent that they named him Wonder. Stevie Wonder, they added to his name. He's full of wonder, full of hope to form a more perfect country, a more perfect world and earth. Now he's moved to Ghana because he felt disrespected in the United States. This is it. This is over for the Biden administration. They've already shown their true colors and who their allegiance is for, and the African Americans just aren't part of the picture anymore. Honestly, let's call it what it is. If Stevie Wonder wants to sit down and have a think tank discussion with the president, by all means, put him on the calendar on the first date that's open. Oh wait, I forgot. Dylan Mulvaney's on that calendar today and gets the whole day to dance around with the Biden gang. These are the Democrats' new pets because the Black Americans can see through the pandering and don't appreciate it. Pandering is disrespectful. It always has been, and it undermines one's dignity in so many ways. But when you're using Hollywood to set the stage for politics now, we see that it's always been about a popularity pandering to the latest trend, hasn't it? I mean, honestly. Stevie Wonder at the ripe age of 71, maybe 72 now, not the look maybe that an old washed up party wants to sit next to an 82-year-old man with what seems to be a minor case of dementia. I don't know. You tell me. But it should be the look that they want because even though Stevie Wonder is blind in his eyes, he can see through that BS that's going on in Washington, D.C. Oh, you don't believe me that Stevie left because he feels disrespected. Roll a clip.
Stevie Wonder said in the press recently that he wanted to move to Ghana. Now, those of us in the room that know Stevie personally, he says this thing many times through the years that we've known. But this last time he said it, he said, I'm moving to Ghana so that I can be valued and respected more. It's almost exactly the phrase he used. And, you got to think, as a Black American, who amongst us is more valued or respected than Stevie Wonder? And the idea that he would feel this way at this stage in his life and in his career. He goes on to say, I would do this for my grandchildren so that they don't have to worry about that, which is a very ominous thing to say because clearly this is going to last for the foreseeable future. And to see him decide to make that move, I wanted to go. Because I look at Stevie, I look at Stevie as he's the soul of American culture. And man, if the soul leaves the body, then this thing is dead.
I understand.
And I go, I'll follow him over there.
Okay, so there we are. There was Dave Chappelle, and he said that as a Black American who out there is more valued or respected than Stevie Wonder. Nobody. And that goes across the board of America. Not just Black Americans respect and value Stevie Wonder, but Stevie Wonder is respected by the Democrats, by the Republicans, by the brown, black, yellow, white, green, red, blue people. It didn't matter. Stevie Wonder is that guy. He is that guy who literally, a lot of people say they can do it, can bridge a gap between this ethnic group and that ethnic group, or this person and that person's beliefs. Stevie did it. He did it. He was the man. That's why he got the Medal of Freedom. That's why Reagan signed the papers, because Stevie knows what he's talking about, and he was the face of goodness, the face of upholding, not only upholding, but bringing forth new American values that made sense. It was Stevie Wonder, and now he's gone. Ghana has just been gifted one of the greatest men to ever walk the planet. And as Gene, the press secretary for Biden regime, was talking about Stevie Wonder, one of the analysts out there said, I just got off the phone, had a long conversation with Stevie. He wants to come meet with the president. She avoided that question like the plague. And this is what was disrespectful. This is what was disrespectful. I watch it, I get angry. I'll let you watch it. Check it out. Roll the clip.
Last night, who is,
I love Stevie Wonder.
again, for the serious question. I had an in-depth conversation with Stevie Wonder last night, who is requesting
Okay.
a meeting with the president, a ban on books, and he's also even brought up issues of the Congo and the lack of information from the White House. Is the White House amenable to sitting down with Stevie Wonder, who has met with presidents throughout history, to include Ronald Reagan? He was one of the major impetus for getting the holiday for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And also, he was one of those who worked with President Obama in his efforts to become president. Is this president amenable to meeting with Stevie Wonder, who has these concerns?
And you're right, April, what you just laid out in your question is incredibly important. And so we take that very, very seriously here. Can I just say a couple things about Stevie Wonder? He is indeed an icon who's made tremendous contributions to the civil rights movement and also voting rights. And as you just listed out, he was one of the main voices in getting Dr. Martin Luther King Day. And we appreciate that. We appreciate his brilliance, and we appreciate what he's been able to do on behalf of the community. So I can't, as far as a meeting with the president, certainly I'm not aware of any meetings with Mr. Wonder or any scheduled meetings, and I don't have anything to announce, obviously, at this time. But I also want to say that on the president's first day in this administration, he has taken this very seriously as it relates to what we're seeing, right, as it relates to racial inequality. He called it one of the four major crises that we have to deal with as a country when he stepped into office. And one of the things that and I know you've covered this very closely, he signed an executive order to initiate a whole of government approach to implementing his equity agenda. And a couple of things that he did. He worked to protect the right to vote through executive actions and continued to calls for legislation. Took executive actions on police reform when congressional Republicans would not sign the George Floyd Justice Policing Act. And so he's taken actions to make sure that we are protecting the right to vote. He spoke to the affirmative action, what we saw SCOTUS do, and he spoke to that, and he said, and I'll quote, "We should never allow the country to walk away from the dream upon which it was founded. The opportunity is for everyone, not just a few." And he stands by those words.
I'll follow up on that.
Yeah, sure.
But Stevie Wonder is not alone in this thought.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah, he's not alone in this thought. He's very upset. And he's even looking at this issue of courting black males. I mean, he just wants to have a conversation with the deep. Is the president amenable, as he is a leader, as he has met with other presidents on major issues of rights, humanitarian rights, as well as civil rights?
And look, you're right. It's not just an issue that Mr. Stevie Wonder has, right? As you know, we've met with civil rights leaders multiple times, the president himself, the vice president as well, and have sat in rooms listening to them and listening to their concerns, and also taking in their feedback. So we've taken this very seriously. Very seriously. That's why we've taken the actions that we've had throughout the past almost 3 years in this administration. That's why we're going to continue to be vocal about the importance of making sure that we keep a door of opportunity for communities. That's why when you think about his economy, what he's put forth on his agenda and policy, when you think about all the policies that he's put forth, there's always been equity at the center of that. So this is something he takes seriously. Again, I don't have anything to share about a meeting with Mr. Stevie Wonder, but obviously this is something that both the president, the vice president, and also the first lady takes incredibly seriously. And you see that. You see that in the actions that we have taken, whether it's policy actions, whether it's speaking out and speaking up about what we're seeing from Republicans, extreme Republicans on the other side of Pennsylvania Avenue, and what they are trying to do in taking away voting rights, or what we've seen from the Supreme Court justice in taking away certainly affirmative action, which we think is incredibly important. And
What do you think? I mean, it's Stevie Wonder, guys. He was owed more than that. He's done too much. He did too much for this country, for America, to get that. Those are just my thoughts. Tell me what your thoughts are. Tell me how you feel about this, because maybe I'm overthinking the whole thing. It's just another singer out there, another person that's wanting to talk to the president and get their way. I'm upset. Are you? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed the show. Give me your thoughts, share our comments around the world so we can come into unity together as one love between America and Ghana and Africa and the world. Just come together in one love. We can have meetings. We don't need Biden. We don't need the regimes. We don't need the governments. We just have each other. The people of the world are what make this world great anyway. So let me know how you feel. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, and click that notification button. I love you all, and we will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.